We're down to the final 6, the final heat of the day. It'll be Miss Budweiser, driven by Tommy Deeth, who has won 2 straight heat victories, as has the driver of the whole set, Miss Mazda, Mike Hansen. Larry Lauterbach will be in the seat of the Winston Eagle. George Woods Jr. in Oh Boy Oberto. Making the final, Ron Snyder in the Miss Tri-Cities. Rounding out the field, Mitch Evans in the Cooper's Express. And the first alternate, should any of these 6 not start by the 1-minute gun, Steve David in Pietro's Pizza. We'll be back with the exciting final heat action from Tri-Cities, Washington, after this timeout.
Jim Hendrick, we welcome you back to Tri-Cities, Washington. We get ready for the final heat of the day, and this is going to be an exciting one. But first off, Jim is down in the pit area right now with the Deputy Commissioner, Lee Shanath. Jim?
There are over 9,000 members of the American Powerboat Association. There are 9 categories, 140 classes, and over 300 races each year sanctioned by the APBA. At one time, back early 50s, this man here, Lee Shanath, was the commissioner of the American Powerboat Association Unlimited Division, which really, Lee, wasn't in existence. You actually went in, all the hydros were together like the offshores are today, and you actually made your own commission.
Well, we had all the classes running together, Jim, and the rules for the little boats didn't meet the unlimited standards. We had to have our own commission. I formed it, and we grew together for years.
Now, what do you think about the proposed marketing venture that the 2 top divisions of APBA, offshores and unlimiteds, they're trying to make their own major leagues within the APBA sport?
Well, the offshores have big names in it, like Popeyes and so forth, and like the unlimiteds have Budweiser and Jeffs and Winston. Those big companies together can do a lot. I think this merger will be good for everybody.
And on the Columbia River right now, all eyes are turned on the final heat action. Lane number 1, the Miss Budweiser. Lane 2, Cooper's Express. Lane 3, the Hulsett Miss Mazda. Lane 4 is Pietro's Pizza in because they had engine problems with the Winston Eagle. We'll get to that in a moment. Oh Boy Oberto in lane number 5 as they head down to the first turn in this final heat. It is the Miss Budweiser, Tommy Deeth, the pilot.
There's nothing more beautiful in motorsports racing than a start of an unlimited hydroplane race with 6 boats abreast diving for turn number 1. As they come down the back chute, it's Tommy Deeth driving the Miss Budweiser out in front in smooth water, and that's exactly where he wants to be in this final heat.
And we add in there that this is the only turbine-powered boat left in the field because Circus went out early today before the race even started when he lost the transit and the rudder and everything on his boat. Then, later in the day, the flip by the Jiff Presents Mr. Pringles, not a total flip. He didn't go over, but he certainly started over and then destroyed the boat as he came back down. And then they had a small fire on the Winston Eagle. It's under control. Everything's fine with the boat. Larry Lauterbach is okay, but he is on the sidelines, and Pietro's Pizza, the alternate boat, is in the field.
And the U.S. West Cellular has had its problems today. 122.804 mile an hour for our lead boat, the Miss Budweiser. Here's your second place boat, Cooper's Express, the driver, Mitch Evans. And he's going to get a challenge. We may have an interesting race here for second between the Cooper's Express and the Hulsett Miss Mazda. Here's our 4th place boat, the Pietro's Pizza.
Stephen David of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, driving a very fine race all day today, is in the final field. He was the alternate boat, came in when they had problems with the Winston Eagle. He'll take it any way he can get it. It gives him a shot at it. Oh boy, Oberto getting a little bit light as he comes down the front straightaway, running now in 5th place. Not the best of days for George Woods Jr., but you're due to have those days in unlimited hydroplane racing. And look at this! The Miss Budweiser slowed down a little bit, and Mitch Evans came right up on the outside of him. And on the inside, it's the Hulsett Miss Mazda, Mike Hansen. Watch the boats as they come through the corner now. And it looks, Mike Hansen ran into a rooster tail down there. He takes water on board. It looks like he's out of it. The rooster tail is down, and you can see right in the back of your screen, if you caught a glimpse of him, no more power to the Hulsett Miss Mazda. Right now, your leader is the Miss Budweiser, Tom Deeth, on the outside and charging hard. Mitch Evans in the Cooper's Express.
1 more lap to go for Miss Budweiser, holding off the challenge from the Cooper's Express. The Hulsett Miss Mazda down in the water. We're getting a word from the URC radio. There's going to be a penalty assessed to the Miss Budweiser. Here's the Hulsett Miss Mazda in 3rd place, starting up again. Took on water, cut off by Budweiser. Mike Noonan in the helicopter radioed down to Paul McGee, the chief referee. There's a penalty to this boat. He's not in 1st place. It's going to cost him the race with less than a lap to go.
So the Miss Budweiser is put back a lap, but They have already lapped the field, and with the attrition of the other boats, Budweiser now is in third place. But your lead boat, Mitch Evans in the Cooper's Express. Now Mike Hansen has restarted, as you saw moments ago. He is in the field, riding in second place. But this boat, Mitch Evans in the Cooper's Express, the checkered flag is out. What a moment for Ed Cooper Sr., Ed Cooper Jr., and Mitch Evans, a boat that was built in Ed Cooper Sr.'s backyard in Indiana has taken its first ever win. Congratulations, Cooper's Express finishing first place in the race. Second place will go to the Hulset Miss Mazda. Disappointing day for George Woods Jr. in the Oh Boy Alberto. He got a good seat, but he'd rather have a good seat watching the race from the finish line instead of sitting dead in the water. We'll be back to recap the final heat for you and an interview with the winner in just a moment.
Crippen back here at Tri-Cities, Washington. Here's your final results. Cooper's Express, the winner, followed by Hulset Miss Mazda, Miss Budweiser, Pietro's Pizza, and two boats that did not finish. Now let's go to the happy winners dock.
Well, Mitch, doesn't matter how you do it, my friend. That was a win no matter how you look at it.
That's it. I mean, the boat ran perfect, nailed the start, got in a position I thought we could really do a good job. And hey, the thing just, I stood on it and we didn't worry about what happened. We just went and came out good.
You got to give a little credit to Mike Hansen. He was riding you all the way. They were forced, you guys were forced to stay up on it.
Yeah, I kept looking for Mike, and I thought, well, we're gaining ground on Tom a little bit here. And then all of a sudden it closed up and Mike disappeared. And I thought, well, maybe he got caught inside of him, and I just drove on by.
Mitch, you guys have worked all year. It has not been the easiest of years. You've fought a lot of hard battles, but this one has just got to make it that much sweeter.
Oh, that is, you know, it's another hometown for me, and I just couldn't ask for any more. It was great.
What do you do from here on?
Oh, I'm going to go rest for a while. Go home, do a little work, and get ready for Seattle. We're really looking forward to getting on the rest of the year.
Now let's take a look at the HFC high point standings through this race. Miss Budweiser leads the pack by 1,193 points over its nearest competitor. And so, the Unlimited see their fifth winner in 7 races on the 1989 HFC American Hydroplane Tour.
And I don't think anybody would be happier than to say that Mitch Evans and the Cooper's Express won it. This is a backyard team. It was a boat built in the backyard of their house. It's a local team out of Indiana. I mean, it's just great all the way around. So it's tremendous for the sport that a boat like that could come along and win it.
The turbines, they had their problems today. First of all, the backup Circus, driven by Chip Hanauer. The boat did a 180 twist, and it was damaged out of the race. Then at Heat 1B, it was the Mr. Pringles with Scott Pierce at the wheel, doing a hook, coming up on the right sponson, going over and doing a ballet dance, and actually comes off one sponson, twists around on his turn, and comes down in a splash of water, and he's out of the race. And then, of course, a surprise to the Miss Budweiser, leading with a lap and a quarter to go, gets a 1-lap penalty for cutting off the Miss Mazda, who goes on the win, but the first time ever in the history of their team, the Cooper father and son team win an unlimited race. Lots of excitement still coming. On behalf of Dick Crippen, I'm Jim Hendrick. So long.
The HFC American Hydroplane Series has been brought to you by Household Finance Corporation, America's financial resource. Pringles, the fever reliever.